Hi, this is Edna. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Lovely. Whoa.
Lovely. How are you? Close that door, baby. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good now. How are you?
It's been a long 30 minutes, right?
Oh, sorry. Now, I remember, obviously, the Honeycomb from early 70s, and I loved Want Ads and all those songs, and I didn't actually have them at that time, and then I picked up a CD in about the mid-80s, I guess, on the...
Okay.
They did a compilation of Hot Wax and Invictus, and all your songs are on there, and that's when I discovered my favourite one, which is probably your first.
Are you out looking for sugar?
That's the one. I love that.
I heard that. When I heard that, I said, "Oh wow!" I said, "You know what's funny to me is that someone kept telling me that Want Ads really didn't go to England. It wasn't. Nobody really heard it there."
All right. The only reason, I'll tell you what, it was, I don't know if you're aware, you're probably aware, it was covered by Joss Stone. Anyway, so talk about the Honeycomb, and be interesting, it must have been a fascinating place to have been around on the Hot Wax label when, because that must have been one of the very first releases after Holland Dozier Holland left Motown, I'm guessing.
Actually, my record, While You're Out Looking for Sugar, was the first release on the Hot Wax label. The first.
Yeah, so it must have been an exciting sort of place to be around at that time, and so it'd be good to hear about your career at that time. And then I think you, as I understand, you went solo for a while after all the hits with the Honeycomb. And then
I did.
Then I guess you disappeared and did family things. Like that.
Yes, I did.
and then you're back. Then you're back as Edna Wright and the Honeycomb, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and the ride right now is as significant as it was. It's far better because I kind of know what I want to do this time. And when you get older, naturally, you know where you're going, at least where you want to put your feet, in front of you. When I was doing the Honeycombs, I still had trailing behind me, if you can remember the name of the Sandy Winds.
Okay, yeah.
A Touch of Venus. So I did a lot of stuff, a lot of things with a lot of great producers.
Okay.
And I got a call from Detroit, from, I think, Lamont Dozier and Eddie Howland, and they convinced me that as though I was a great background singer, that they could do something for me because they loved my voice. They had heard me on a lot of singles of Johnny Rivers and Righteous Brothers, and they were really interested in my signing with them, and I thought it was very flattering. And I was like, when you're 21 years old, what else are you going to think? Like, well, let's make records.
Yeah.
So I flew to Detroit by myself the first time, and then I called Holland, and I told him to look at the Burt Bacharach show, the Andy Williams show, where Burt Bacharach and Dionne Warwick were his special guests.
Okay.
And he said, okay, he turned it on. I said, I want you to particularly look at the two girls that I have working with me. And I said, make a really good group. Because I had been singing by myself even then with Sandy Winds. And it was a lonely life,
Mm-hmm.
So he looked at the group. He thought it was phenomenal. And naturally, by being a producer of the Supremes, he thought that this would be a chance for him to, go in competition with Motown. What else, right?
Yeah.
And that was basically how it began. I went to the company. Edward Howland was my producer, and actually Brian and Lamont took me to the studio, and it was a great marriage. We came up with a lot of great things while you're out looking for sugar. And my favorite, really, even as of today, would be It Ain't Easy.
That's
and so because of that, you heard that one, right?
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, that's a cool track. Yeah.
Yeah, it is so cool, and it's so Motownish. And I didn't realize it was so Motownish till years later.
Yeah.
And then after that, we sort of stalemated with the songs. We got a clog. They did. They got writing clog. And mainly because I would record, and then I'd go back to L.A. I would record in Detroit and go back to L.A. And then so Edward Howland called me on the phone. He said, listen, when the writers come into the studio or into the office, they have all these great songs, and they say, where are the honeycombs? And I tell them, she's out of town. And then they say, okay, well, we'll put it on another artist. That's how One Ads got put on Sherry Payne in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Because I wasn't in town.
Oh, yeah.
I went in the studio, I went in the studio with Howland one night because he was taking me to the airport. I went in the studio and I heard this song. He no longer rings my chimes. He don't turn me on. I'm going to put it in the walnut. And it was Sherry. And I said, oh my God, to myself, I was going like, that's a monster song. She got a hit. So when she comes out of the studio, I said, oh my God, Sherry. I said, that's a smash. I said, that's what I need. She said, you need it? You can have it.
She didn't like it?
Just like that.
Oh.
She didn't. She wanted to write for herself.
Okay.
Sherry's very talented, and she wanted her writings to go, and that's what she had been doing, writing with Greg Perry and different writers. So she wanted, and she didn't really care.
Yeah.
They did the track over. They rewrote it. They called me in because I told how that's the one I want to do. Greg Perry produced it. He and General got together, did the lyrics, and there you have it.
Yeah,
that was it again.
So there's a lot of names you've mentioned there. Now, just to clarify to the listeners, Sherry Payne was Frida Payne's sister, right?
Exactly, that's Frida's sister.
And
she worked with the Glass House.
And she joined the Supremes, didn't she?
She sure did. In the latter days after Howland and Dozier, their label became defunct, she joined the Supremes. Sure did.
Yeah, sure.
Mary Wilson's group.
Yeah. And who's this man, Greg Perry?
As of now, he's my husband.
I knew that.
Yeah, we produced two children. Two children.
Well done. So he's
Melody and Bill. Right.
As well as being a good songwriter, he's a great producer then, obviously.
Yeah, great kids. Oh, my God, great. I got a son, Joel, who is super talented.
Wow.
And my daughter is a phenomenal writer. She's been on Broadway twice.
Really?
She went in as Aida, and then she went in and did The Lion King. Phenomenal. My son is a writer and producer. So what can I tell you? There it is. It's magic.
Well, with the parents they have, it can't fail, can it? It's got to come through. So
they say the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
That's true. So when did you first meet Greg?
Let's see. As a writer, he came. I worked and did a show, and he was our opening act. Ha! That was funny. And he came in and he said, we have a lot of songs. I would really like to, you to see them one day. I said, well, just bring them over. I said, I'm over at the hotel. I said, and I'll be here for a few months. I said, so why don't you just bring one over? And he brought it over and we became really good friends. And he started writing and doing things and we just stayed friends. And then it evolved into more than friendship, and that's how it came out.
Fantastic. So was when you were with the Honeycomb at the time, is that right?
Absolutely, I was still with Honeycomb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from the beginning. He wrote One Ads.
Yeah.
And he wrote the second one, which was a million-seller stick up, and he wrote and produced One Month.
Oh yeah, another one. Yeah,
so,
great track. Yeah.
So it really was magic. It really was.
That must have been a fantastic time for you.
Oh my God! Every time somebody will come to me and ask me, and I often tell them, my children, everybody else that asked me that question, that it was probably one of the greatest points in my life. I was, come on, 21, and you got hits rolling everywhere. You're everywhere in the world. We did summer specials with the rock and roll group. What is his name? Give Me Shelter. God, I don't want my age to show here. One of the rock groups. We did summer shows on TV, 13 weeks. We did shows for kids. My God, we had more billboard ads in the city. I couldn't go anywhere in California. That's really funny because, you know, you have a lot of stars in California, and then especially in Hollywood. But when I would go places and it was totally, foreign to me to go someplace and a guy ran out of his office and he said, he said, "You're Edna Wright of the Honeycomb, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he had bet the whole office, you know, and people would come up to me. So it was exciting. It was fresh. And as of today, I mean, I still love doing what I do, which is singing, you know, and entertaining.
Yeah. And you're still doing it today. You're still touring, and I understand you've been touring with Ken Knox and Company.
Yeah, we did. Oh God, we did entire summer. I was supposed to be there now this year, but this job came up with the stylistics and the Manhattan, and I couldn't pass it up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't pass that one up.
Oh.
So I put Ken on hold for a minute, and I'll probably be there in July working with them. Knox and they are so much fun. They have a great horn section. And we laugh through the whole set. I do like about 40 minutes, and he does an hour and a half. And in between, I'm coming back and forth, and it's really a great show. I wish you could see it. It's really great.
Well,
you know, when we're going to film it again, we do have some on video. When we film it again, maybe we'll send you a cut up.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. Ken, I spoke to Ken the other night, and
Try to plug in.
He told me that there's a possibility that you guys might be coming to the UK.
It would be, we got it. We got a lot of little things in the air, and that's what we're hoping that it all works out. And we're pretty sure that it probably will. You know, a lot of times what can you take, what can you not take, what can you leave, you know, and, you know, who can you take and that kind of thing. So all of that has to come into play. But we're excited about it. I'm doing the the Soul Train cruise.
Oh yeah.
It goes from Miami to all through the Bahamas, and it should be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to that one.
And
good. Then Ken and I are supposed to hook up after that also. So
fantastic.
You know, I tried to get Ken to do the cruise also, but he had some prior commitment, so he won't be able to be on this one. So maybe next time.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited about the thought of Honeycomb and Ken Knox and Co. coming to the UK. If that does happen, I'll be there. That'd be great. So, have you ever been to the UK before?
Absolutely. You know, we look forward. Oh my God! Yeah. I'm so surprised that I haven't met you or bumped into you. We were there last month.
You were in the UK when?
The early 70s. We were there for about a month.
Okay.
We were going we went to London, Germany, and all over there. And we toured a lot of Germany when we were there.
Okay. Fantastic.
So I look forward to it. You know, I've been there back again. I was working with Cher, my sister and I. And that's when I was still a solo before I got back with the girls. We did that. We opened up and then sang in her show. So it was really fun. We worked there all in Europe. We were there for 30 days. So it was good too. So, you know, yeah. But Europe is just fun.
That's great. Now your sister is a singer. Your sister is a singer in her own right, isn't she? She's a famous singer herself, isn't she?
Oh my God. Yes, she is. As a matter of fact, I probably would not be in this business. That's because I was on my way to be a school teacher.
Okay.
And a preacher's wife or something like that. Seriously, I was in church a lot singing with Andre Crouch, and that was my life, and that was her life. You've heard of Andre?
Yeah, I've heard of Andre. Yep.
Yeah. I worked with Andre from the time I was 14 years old till 20.
Wow.
At least 20. Yeah. And today we're still good friends.
Now, we haven't mentioned your sister's name.
Darlene Love.
Yeah, the Darlene Love. Yeah.
Did you get that?
Best known in the UK, I think, for her Christmas records on the Phil Spector Christmas album.
Exactly.
Yeah, going way back.
Exactly. She was, that kind of way back. she made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2011.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
And she's doing really good. We just finished a movie about 6 months ago, about in October last year. It's called 20 Feet from Stardom.
Okay.
And she's really the big cheese in it.
So what's this movie about?
The movie is about background singers.
Okay.
And they're, background singers, how they start off singing with all of the big artists.
Yeah.
And all of the, that's their, they're just backup singers. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably the reason, one of the reasons why I opted to get out of it quicker. And although I did a lot of background, but most of the background singers in the 60s, one girl they talk about a lot. She was with Ike and Tina Turner. She left, and she went with a rock group in London. Claudia's her name. Claudia Lanier, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then Gloria Jones. You remember Gloria Jones? Oh, yeah. Gloria Jones started off with me, with Andre Crouch.
Wow.
Let's see who else is in the movie. Mary Clayton. Have you ever heard of her?
Yes, Mary Clayton.
Lisa Fisher. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lisa Fisher, and some new names, but pretty much the movie came out June 14th.
Okay. And it's been doing well?
And it's a documentary. I beg your pardon?
Has the movie been doing well?
As far as I know, it's doing very well. It's a documentary, so it's not in all the theaters yet. As the months go along, it's picking up more and more theaters.
Okay.
But it's really good, and it's doing very well. Yeah, doing very well.
That's great, because that'd be good to, be good to set up that, if it's doing well in the USA, it should get released in the UK. You'll be able to see that. That'd be really good.
It would be very good. It really would. I hope so, because, let's see, Bruce Springsteen in it, Mick Jagger, I think.
Okay.
He did an interview for it, so it's gonna, they want it to be really big, so I hope it does really well for everybody, Yeah. I'm just excited about the Honeycombs and the shows that we got coming up, which are really great.
Okay, yeah.
Really great.
Yeah. So that's, so you were in the movie yourself as well, yeah? Yeah,
I am. I did a little piece in there. I did, it's not, it's very good. Everybody who comes out of it goes like, oh my God, you were great. And I'm going like, oh, okay. So I don't, I saw it. And, you hate to look back at yourself on film. You just do. At least I do.
So is it a bit of an
you don't know what to think.
Is it a bit of an eye opener? I'm going to say, is it a bit of an eye opener for people to?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Is it what we would say a bit of an eye opener for people to sort of see what goes on behind the scenes in the music industry?
That is exactly what it is, and it's so funny that you say that, because everyone that comes out of it that had no knowledge of what background singers went through, they were like totally like, wow. They couldn't believe it. Because most people think that even background singers got rich. They, because they, all they see is, oh, I got to go on the road with Bruce Springsteen. Oh, I'm going on the road with John Mayer. I'm going on the road. And so they figure if you're with those people and those people are rich, then surely you're rich. But in every business that you're in, you still have to be smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yep. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I guess it's the same as you say in most businesses.
Okay.
Especially in show business, you get the top.
Yeah,
you get the top people, the elite people that earn probably 90% of the money, and then you've got hundreds and hundreds of other people scraping to make a living.
There you go. Because they're still only making a bare minimum of what they would make, And from what I can understand from most singers now, they don't make as much as we made, because I don't know. I made quite a bit of money. I tried to put in, I tried to be smart with my money. That's why I can say that I've lasted the times. I don't have any hardcore stories to tell about having to do this or do that. I stayed a singer. That's what I was, and that's what I ended up being. And so I don't really have a hard time story, because I just think that, as a matter of fact, all three of the girls, Honeycombs, Shelley and Carolyn, both, we invested immediately in homes and houses, and put our money to Yeah. So we married well and we did well. So there it is. And everybody doesn't do that. Everybody doesn't end up that way. They make it fast, the money fast, and they spend it just as fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
As it is in any business. Athletes, you know, the athletes rather, the football players, basketball. If they're not careful, they'll end up broke.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, you hear stories, don't you, all the time of singers and artists and just entertainers who got to the top and didn't know really what to do with it, did they? Unfortunately.
That's right. It happens every day.
Yeah.
And it still happens. They still don't learn, you know. So God bless them.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's great to hear that you've not only have you had success like in the public eye, but you've also obviously had great success within your family and within yourself, and you're doing really good. And it's been fantastic listening to you and having a chat with you. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you.
We hope the movie is a big blockbuster, and I want to see it. And we look forward to the possibility of you guys coming to the UK. That would be absolutely amazing. That would be fantastic.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
we'd love to. We definitely want to get there.
Yep. And
listen,
yeah, go on.
I have. Go ahead.
Go ahead, no, ladies first.
No, I was getting ready to say that I have your email, so I'll email you some pictures and things. How about that?
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much, Edna. That would be brilliant. And I mentioned Ken Knox, and I've actually become friends with quite a few of the guys on the beach music scene, and a few of the former chairman of the board. And Daryl Johnson says hello. He's not with me. He just said Facebook, so.
Say hey. How are you? Thank you so much. It's been really nice. It's been wonderful talking to you.
Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you, Ed. Thanks very much for your time. It's been a great pleasure for me and a privilege. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for honor me with your love, and I appreciate you so much. I really do.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.